God is good, and all the time. We are really delighted to be here this evening. We want to start by thanking Vice Chair Alice Wainaina, who I think is a member and got us this venue for today. And we enjoy the space. My brother Gilbert was saying that he's enjoying the space compared to previous years. And of course, we know we are not as many as we would have hoped to be, but we are happy with all of us who are here. The country has gone through 2 weeks of tumultuous experiences, and we have seen things we had not seen before. Some of us did not believe even the finance bill could collapse, and so Kenyans have naturally been focusing on what's been happening in our country. And even us as Kcpf, we have been working with our major partners. We've been delighted that KCCB, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, they issued a very well thought out statement. Immediately the demo started addressing both the government. In fact, they were telling them you need to abandon the finance bill, addressing the youth and telling them to avoid infiltration. We are very happy that the National Council of Churches of Kenya, our other major partner, did something similar. They issued a statement. They went to State House, and this was the day after the president had come out, the two minutes, very tough talking remarks, which Kenyans seem not to have taken very well. And then CCK went to see him the day after, and they told him, Mr. President, you need to withdraw the finance bill, we need to de-escalate, and he did so. And then Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, also our major partner, they issued their statement. They are also there. And there has been some soul searching, because Kenyans are saying that some of the Kenyans, not all, but some of them who are unhappy the government are looking at all the institutions that they feel are partly to blame. And even the church has received its share of criticism. And certain parts of the church, I was talking to some friends of mine from Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, and they were saying, we feel we are the ones who are being told you supported President Ruto as one of yours and is now in office, so you are part to blame. But of course, we all in the Christian space, and especially the church leaders, have also been doing soul searching, because they are mediators. And all people are welcome to church. Even politicians are welcome to church. And so they have been reflecting, how do we carry out our ministry to all, while at the same time being consistent with the moral values that we preach. But we are delighted that the church has continued in difficult situations to play a role as mediators in the public and governance space, and also as a moral voice. And we welcome the youth who at this stage are feeling that it is their opportunity to make a mark and to transform our country. Some of the vices that we have been used to, like corruption and tribalism, they seem to be rejecting them. They are not happy with over-taxation. So this is very good. We as Kenya Christian Professionals Forum, through our various engagements with the church leaders, with the professionals, and even with the youth through our student chapters, and we have recently started a young professionals chapter. We try to engage in all these situations. And Dr. Ahome, who introduced himself, is a member of our governance committee, together with our convener, Gerald Walter Farm. They have also come up with an initiative called Governance Accountability Program, which they seek to extend to ward level all over the country, so that we can continue putting our leaders to account. These are some of the programs that we are trying to do at KCPF. In the month of May, 2 months ago, just before the office of the first lady or first spouse has been removed from the budget. It was removed formally today through the statement of President William Ruto 2 months ago, we invited her because we had an event together with the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection. It was a partnership, and we were officially launching the government's National Family Promotion and Protection Policy, which was adopted by Cabinet in October last year. And this is an initiative that was pursued by several pro-family organizations. Kcpf played a major role. And in fact, Vincent Kimosop, who was here, welcomed me to the stage, was the chair of the technical committee that worked on this. And the whole idea of the National Family Promotion and Protection Policy is to see how to mainstream in government and in government policy so that it also affects private sector, pro-family policies in the workplace, in all the things that government is doing. And we are now in the phase of trying to promote and advocate for the implementation of this policy, because it will be transformational. Those are some of the things that Kcpf is doing. A year before, in the same International Day of Families event with the Ministry of Labour, because family protection is under the Department of Social Protection, the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection, we were launching the positive parenting curriculum. And again, we want to extend this throughout the nation, because these are some of the positive activities, positive initiatives that can have direct impact on the health of the family. And these are some of the things that we've been doing. We've been engaging our partners in matters of ecumenism and religious freedom. We are a Christian organization, but even the Muslims came to us last year when they saw what was happening with the matters of LGBT, the lobby, the ideology, how it was really being pushed through the courts and other areas. They came to us and they told us, Kcpf, can we work together? We are very concerned about what is happening, and we feel you can bring, through your ecumenical spirit, various Christian churches together. So we have numerous initiatives, and our advocacy is doing well, but it can do better. And for us to keep on with what we are doing, we need this regular fundraiser, and in addition to the fundraiser, we need a continued spirit of fundraising throughout the year. So we are glad and delighted that each of you has taken some time out of your busy schedule to come and join us with a spirit of generosity. We really appreciate from the bottom of our heart. And even for those who have not come and have sent their contributions, we really appreciate them. For those who have not been able or will not be able to contribute in cash but are contributing in kind, in various other ways, we appreciate them as well. So Kcpf has been involved in advocacy for a long time, and we felt as we move to the next phase of our engagement that we need to focus on, among the various other things we are focusing on, 3 core items. And one of those items is to build our membership footprint. You've heard from Tobias, he was talking about how we are building country chapters in Africa, in the continent of Africa. In 2020, the AGM of Kcpf, our members told us, can you go to Africa? And we set up Africa Christian Professionals Forum. Our inaugural Kcpf chair is now the chair of ACPF. We've already had a continental conference last year in Nairobi. Next year in May we'll have another one. And we've started having country chapters. We have coordinators, we are setting up country committees, and we're engaged in advocacy because Christian professionals are needed everywhere else. We also want to spread in Kenya in the same way to the 47 counties, to various Christian churches, professional groups. So this membership push requires a lot of effort, and we'll be asking you not just to contribute in cash or kind, but also to contribute with your time, to consider being more integrated as members of Kcpf. Apply for membership. The application is one-off 1,500, annual subscription of 2,500 shillings. Set up chapters wherever you are, whether it's your church or professional group. We want to spread widely. We have started student chapters. We want to reach universities and colleges because we feel that the message we have needs to spread. It's a message of the Christian being an agent of transformation in their environment, whether it is their church environment, their professional environment, their neighborhood, their family, agents of transformation that can pursue those positive goals of life, family, religious freedom, good governance, and of course transformation through leadership in various ways, and counseling those who need assistance. So that is one of our key focus areas. And the second is to pursue more partnerships. And we have our partnership strategy that includes our major partners, other churches, professional groups, academic institutions. We've already been partnering with a number of them, other civil society organizations in the pro-life and pro-family space, faith-based organizations, even corporates. And we feel that partnership enables us to multiply our effectiveness much faster. And the third key area of focus is in the family advocacy. The families are under attack. The culture is not helping families. Our laws are being bent and are not being applied effectively. Last year, because of our collaboration with the Muslims, we told them, just send some letters to DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, to the Attorney General, to Parliament, the Speaker, to a number of offices, asking them, what are you doing about enforcing our laws that prohibit homosexual conduct? This is just an example. And they replied after a lot of pressure. In fact, the Ombudsman, Commission of Administrative Justice, had to threaten some of them who are refusing to respond, because they are required to respond. Public offices are required to respond, access to information. And when they responded to us, the police said, it's difficult to enforce our laws because of the culture. So you can see even the laws that we have, there is a laid-back attitude about them. The number of people who are not getting married, for example, in church because of cultural challenges, the rate of family breakdown, whether it is divorce, and issues of drugs, domestic violence. There are so many challenges our families are facing. And we've studied all of this in our State of Life, Family and Faith report. And what we are saying is we need to focus on this area of family advocacy. This morning, I was invited by Kcpf, one of our major partners. They have a commission that deals with matters of family. And they were looking for pro-family organizations to work with. We were there. We were trying to support them as we are doing to our various other partners. A few days ago, I was in the meeting of the Evangelical Alliance of Kenya. They were having their General Assembly. And for them, they wanted us to give them some advice, technical advice on how to respond on the Gen Z issue. And the same is happening. A few weeks ago, we were at All Saints Cathedral. We were engaging the provost of All Saints Cathedral, Canon Evans Omolo. And we were discussing how can they start a Christian professional group. They already have something in the works, and how can we work together? So we find that Kcpf is able to have impact in many hidden ways. And if we expand what we are doing through all the Christian professionals who are ready to identify themselves as such, we can do so much more. So I would like to say that everything we are doing is thanks to the support that we are receiving from the partners and from our members and from our friends, from yourselves who have supported us in the past and who have come to this fundraiser today. I want to conclude by urging us to keep on with that spirit of supporting the work of Christian professionals, because it is a work that is rooted in the gospel idea, in the last command, you can call it, or admonition of Jesus Christ in Matthew 28, verse 19 to 20, that we go out to the whole world and proclaim the good news. And this is part of that proclamation. My former secretary, Vincent Kimosop, has just been appointed to a presidential task force. This presidential task force is meant to audit pending bills. So I saw the message 2 hours ago, and I sent a screenshot to him with some emojis of applause. And I sent it to another group of lawyers. And I was also congratulating 2 other people I know in that task force. And the lawyers told me, but this task force is unconstitutional. So there was a big debate. And they started telling the president of LSK, who's a member, also, you cannot take up the appointment. So I was very happy for Vincent. And when he came here, I was telling him, now it looks like the task force might collapse. We want to applaud him for the task force, but in the event it collapses, we know he is still going to do a lot of great good in other ways for the country. So I want to say thank you to all of you, and you will invite our chief guest. I had to make that comment. I hope you got it today.
Praise the Lord.